I love the Champions League, guys. I just love the Champions League. Even when Bayern loses, it's just so good. The games were so good, you guys. The first legs of the quarterfinals happened this week. We're gonna talk about my takeaways from each first leg tie, what we're thinking about, what I'm feeling about in the second leg. Let's be honest, guys. 3 out of these 4 ties are done. Three out of these 4 ties are done. The only tie that's open is what is it, Bayern versus Inter. I posted a video before this one talking about why I think Bayern can come back against Inter, but we're going to talk more equally on the two teams when we get to that game in this video. And yeah, going to give my takeaways on each game. If you're new to the channel, man, subscribe. I was on a little hiatus. I didn't post for 2 to 3 weeks. I was out in Europe. I got to go to some games, went to a couple cities, enjoyed myself, but I'm back on the grind. And let's just get into it, man. I just love the Champions League, guys. I love it. I'm a Champions League slut. I'm a Champions League slut. It is what it is, and I will say that. No, I will say that. It sounds wild, but I'm proud to say it. I'm a slut for the Champions League. Anyway, let's talk about Arsenal versus Real Madrid first. Okay, so yes, everyone's talking about Declan Rice, amazing free kick goals, and you guys, I was watching this game in a bar in Amsterdam. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was so focused on the Bayern game, but thank God I looked to my left just to look at these free kicks. Bro, I couldn't believe my eyes. The curl on the first free kick Rice had, the precision accuracy he had on that second free kick, it was literally the definition. That is the most top bins you could get without hitting the crossbar or the post. Excellent from Declan Rice. But you know what's the scary thing about this game for me? The scary thing for me is that Real Madrid was about to scam their way through this tie. They were about to scam their way because let's really deep what happened here. 2 epic moments of brilliance from Declan Rice. Just 2 moments of things you expect Real Madrid players to do. Things you expect Jude Bellingham, Mbappe, Vinny Jr. to do. Declan Rice gave you a 2-piece of world-class free kicks. 2 moments of brilliance for Arsenal. But you guys, this is Real Madrid. How many moments of brilliance do teams really produce against Real Madrid in the Champions League? It doesn't really happen. If those moments of brilliance, if those free kicks were crosses instead, you guys, on another day, I guarantee you Martin Odegaard takes that ball and he's whipping in a cross from those positions to try and find Saliba or whoever. I'm telling you, this was just a special moment, a one in a million time where Declan Rice took the ball, decided to go for the free kick, for a direct shot from the free kick, and he scored just 2 worldies, right? But what if these moments of brilliance don't happen, guys? This game is 1-0. Real Madrid would only lose 1-0 after getting dominated the whole game. They got destroyed. Arsenal absolutely pimped Real Madrid this game. But I guarantee you, if it was 1-0 without the free kick goals, Real Madrid go back to the Bernabeu, they win. Oh, Hala Madrid nada más, this and that, blah, 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 Champions League heritage, and it paves over all the cracks and all the issues in this Real Madrid team. What Arsenal did, and thank you, Rice, for the moments of brilliance, people knew deep down, Real Madrid fans know deep down, people who play against Real Madrid know deep down, there are cracks in this team. This team isn't as great as people say. They can be got at. You just need to have a good day against them, especially in the Champions League, and Arsenal had that good day. And now with the scoreline, the performance, the managerial, the tactical setup for Real Madrid, there are no excuses. It showed and showcased everything wrong with this Real Madrid team right now. Everything wrong with this Real Madrid team right now. And credit to Arsenal. Credit to Arsenal. Now, I couldn't make my quarterfinal predictions video. When I made my round of 16 predictions video and when I predicted the quarterfinals after that, just loosely, I didn't really put much thought into it. I did think Real Madrid would win, but this was back in what, like February? It was back in like February, early January, late January. But I couldn't make the video before my trip because I swear to God, I was going to make a video saying that Arsenal will beat Real Madrid. Arsenal is going to be a massive problem for Real Madrid. And I'm going to break down why, even though, it's too late. I can't predict it, it's 3-0, whatever. The reason why Arsenal was always going to be a tough game for Real Madrid is because, you guys, Real Madrid, especially in the Champions League, let's talk specifically Champions League. Real Madrid, rope-a-dope. This Ancelotti Real Madrid team, it's all about rope-a-dope. It's all about taking the hits and biting back. Real Madrid cannot take the game to you. They cannot start a game, impose their will on you, and keep that will the whole game. They can't. Real Madrid, especially this Ancelotti Real Madrid team, is all about taking the blows, Courtois saving their ass, and then hitting you when you least expect it. That's what the Real Madrid team is about. But the issue for Real Madrid against this Arsenal team is this Arsenal team doesn't want to impose their will on you. This Arsenal team is happy to defend. They're happy to concede possession. Real Madrid had to go and take the game to Arsenal. You guys, this Real Madrid team is not built for taking games to the opponent. They're not, especially in this Champions League, especially against bigger teams. Now, obviously, they could do it against smaller teams, teams with less quality. But against bigger teams, this Real Madrid team just doesn't have the capacity to take the game to an opponent for more than 15 minutes. They do it in bursts. They cannot do it for a full 90 minutes. Arsenal, they defend well. They're a good defense. They tamed them, and with two Rice moments of brilliance, it set the tone. And that Mikel Merino finish as well, guys. That was an excellent finish. First time left-footed strike. Wow. Wow. And so Arsenal leave the game 3-0 winners. I'm super impressed with them. Super impressed with that performance for Arsenal. You guys, what I didn't know is that the Real Madrid have never beaten Arsenal. I didn't know that. So it's so weird that the team with 15 Champions Leagues, their Champions League daddies might be Arsenal, a team with no Champions Leagues. That's just wild, right? That's just a weird thing to think about. But Arsenal is the team that finally exposed Real Madrid for what they are. And I'm happy for them. Now, the second leg, I swear to God, if that Ancelotti and Bernabeu black magic strikes and Arsenal somehow bottle this 3-0 lead and Real Madrid come back, I'm done with the sport. I'm done. I'm going to take all my jerseys. I'm going to take anything football related. I'm going to put it in one pile and burn it. And I will make a video of me burning it because I'm sorry. As much as I love the Champions League, as much as I love comebacks and this and that, not for Real Madrid. No, no more. They've had enough. They've had enough luck. They've had enough comebacks. And the reason I have faith in Arsenal keeping this lead and getting the job done in the Bernabeu, I just farted. I hope you didn't hear that. You probably did because it was loud. The reason I have faith in Arsenal is because we're talking about Mikel Arteta. We're talking about Titties himself. This guy, I want you to pull, and I know he will pull the most satanic park the bus defensive setup you'll ever see. He will do it. He will give Real Madrid the treatment he gives Man City. He will turn the game boring, ugly, slow. So that's why I have faith in Arsenal. They're not going to try to go to the Bernabeu and try to be like, oh, we're Arsenal. No matter what the team, no matter what the position we're in, we're always going to take the game to the opponent. They don't. That's not Arsenal. That's just not Arsenal. You know, teams like Barcelona, Bayern, teams that traditionally play attractive styles of play where they really impose their will on you and they need to be in control of the game, they have to do that. Arsenal, especially with a 3-0 lead, don't have to do that. So I do think this tie is done. It's wrapped up. And for Real Madrid, so many players. I mean, Vinicius Jr., ever since he said he was going to play 10 times harder for the Ballon d'Or, he's been a waste man. He's been an absolute road man since then. So he's been trash. Bellingham, ghost. He just ran around all game. Mbappe missed one or two opportunities he had. It's over for Real Madrid. It ends here in Arsenal. They will be in the semifinal. They will be in the semifinal. And who will Arsenal play in that semifinal? And man, that's going to be a good-ass game. It's going to be PSG. Let's talk about the PSG Aston Villa game. If my old-ass 10-year-old laptop will load it up. You guys, I'm jealous. There's two teams I'm jealous of in world football right now as a Bayern fan. It is Barcelona, who we'll talk about, and it is PSG. Now, why would I be jealous as a Bayern fan? Bayern beat PSG earlier this season at the Allianz 1-0. True. And it was a great performance for Bayern. We shut down all aspects of PSG's game. We did. It was a great win. Clean sheet also against this high scoring PSG team. But the thing is, this PSG team is completely different from from the PSG of August to November. The PSG from August to November is like some sort of illegal alien version. If you're watching the show Severance, the PSG from August to November was their innie. The PSG from August to November was some imposter. This PSG team since December, they have been the best team in the world, second best team in the world. I reserve the best team in the world for another team, which we will get to. They have been the second best team in the world since December. They have been the second most exciting team to watch since December. There is only one team that's been first in both of those categories, and we'll talk about them after this. They play such good football, bro. This PSG team, so many chances, so much chance creation. You know, at first I thought when Villa scored first, I'm like, no way. There's no way Emery's gonna do this. But I think obviously Doué, that goal for Doué was so key. The strike, the right-footed strike from the left side, what a fucking shot. Emi Martinez didn't even dive for it. And he's a world-class goalie, Emi Martinez. He couldn't even dive for that. That just set the tone. That was such a key goal for PSG because if PSG went into that first half 1-0 down against Emery, I'm not sure they come away with the scoreline. That goal was so important to take it 1-1 into halftime to, disrupt Aston Villa's flow, to gain momentum, to get the momentum back onto their side. And eventually it pulled through 3-1. It could have been way more. It really could have been way more. They could have had 5 goals, whatever it is. But PSG, great result. I'm jealous of them, dude. They play good football. Ousmane Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Desiree Doué, the midfield of Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, and João Neves. I love them. I love watching them. Now, I don't have any way to watch Ligue 1, so I can only watch PSG in the Champions League. And honestly, I'm not going to go out of my way to watch Ligue 1. They're already the French champions. And PSG, if these guys win the Champions League and they stay undefeated in the league and they win a treble, we will talk about it if we have to talk about it. If we are at that point in June where that is a conversation, that's going to be an interesting conversation in terms of the best treble teams of all time. But yeah, this PSG team, so attacking, so good. I mean, I just love them. They're a great team, and I think the takeaway from this game is that they're different, man. This isn't LSG because I guarantee you guys, if this was the PSG of old, the PSG of last season, the what the hell? Someone's playing country music outside on the streets. If this is the PSG of last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, if this is just PSG of the last 10 years, I guarantee you, after that huge win against Liverpool, they would come and they would lose this tie over 2 legs and somehow lose at home against Aston Villa. They are showing me PSG is serious, man. PSG is serious. Now, maybe it's too early. Maybe they could definitely go to a semifinal and bottle it there. And LSG could show up in the semifinal. But my takeaway from this game here is that there's a different mentality in this PSG team that I haven't seen before. I have not seen this mentality in this PSG team ever. The last time I've seen this PSG team with momentum, the ability to score so many goals and end games and be serious, the last time I saw it was in the 2020 season, the year they got to the Champions League final, when Thomas Tuchel was there, the year when Mbappe and Neymar were playing so well together. That was the last time I've seen PSG this serious. Now they're probably even more impressive now than they were back then. Bro, these guys can win this Champions League. And if I'm going to be honest, my dream final is PSG Barcelona. It is. That's my dream final. As from a footballing perspective, obviously I want Bayern in the final at home in Munich. But bro, from a footballing perspective, give me PSG Barcelona. Oh my God. We will feed lives with that game. But yeah, PSG, my takeaway here is that they might be serious, man. This might be a completely different PSG side with a completely different mentality compared to the PSG sides of the last 12, 13 years. So PSG are looking absolutely serious. My throat is so dry. Barcelona versus Dortmund. My face is covering it, but I'm clicking on the game, guys. Don't worry. I'm not stupid. This is the best team in the world. They're the most exciting team in the world to watch. This is the team that PSG is second to in both those categories. Hansi Flick, man, he's just the GOAT. Like, I know it's Dortmund, guys. I know. They're like 8th or ninth in the Bundesliga. Nico Kovac, whatever. Whatever, man. Yeah, people will say, oh, it's Dortmund. It's this, it's that. It's still 4-0. The tie's done. They could rest people next week. It's just people will say, "Oh, it's just Dortmund," but then they will just ignore the fact that no matter who Barcelona play this season, they create so many chances. They play beautiful football. They score so many goals. The midfield is beautiful to watch. The attack is beautiful to watch. What more do you want? I mean, what more do you want? This Barcelona team, for me, my takeaway is treble loading. My takeaway for this Barcelona, actually, let's keep it Champions League. My takeaway for this my takeaway from this is that look at these 2 goals right here. My takeaway is that if Lewandowski is getting back to goal scoring form, I think the Champions League is over. If Lewandowski is gonna show up like this now consistently, it's over. Now, yes, Rafinha has so many goals in the competition this year. Yes, they would still have Lamine Yamal. Say if Lewandowski went down injured, if Lewandowski just went on a bad run of form, this Barcelona's team would still be great. They would still be great, but I wouldn't be confident in them winning the whole thing because you need your striker. Most of your chances will fall to your striker. You need your striker to be on top form. If Lewandowski is going to be on form, if Lewandowski is going to all of a sudden show up with braces and score goals in the semifinal, which, let's be honest, they're going to be in the semifinal against Bayern or Inter, all of a sudden Barcelona become 100% the favorites for this competition. And I would bet money that Barcelona would win the whole entire Champions League if Lewandowski is going to show up like this. And just look at that, man. Rafinha, Lewandowski brace, Yamal, they're firing on all cylinders, bro. They're firing on all cylinders. This team is scary. This team really is scary. Now, the issue I have for Barcelona is as good as they have actually been all season. Like I hate to make this point, but it's it's a similar point to as what people say about Bayern and other highly attacking teams and PSG, obviously. Sorry, I need a sip of water. The defense can be got at. You can get at this defense. You can get at this Barcelona defense. But the issue is when we're talking about Hansi Flick, what people fail to realize with Hansi Flick is that Hansi Flick ball boils down to this. Barcelona will try to impose their will on you. They're going to press the fuck out of you. They're going to try to dominate the game. They're going to try to dominate possession. They're going to try to go gung-ho and attack. So many overlapping runs and so many through balls and so many looks at goal to try and break you down. And if you're able to go toe-to-toe with them, it becomes a scoring match. Barcelona's goal isn't to defend. So people can say, oh, the defense can be got at. I'm telling you right now, bro, Hansi Flick ball, get at the defense all you want because at the plan B for Barcelona is let's turn it into a scoring match. Plan A is we want to dominate possession. We want to win 4-0, 5-0, 5-1, 6-1, 8-2, if you know what I mean. We want to try and win with these scorelines, but if our opponent is good enough to go toe to toe with us on that day, we're going to turn it into a scoring match. And bro, there's no other team in the world I trust more. There's no other manager in the world I trust more than Hansi Flick to send a team out and score more goals than any other team in the world in 90 minutes. So Barcelona, and what's crazy is, guys, from the Bayern perspective as well with this Barcelona team, I think you're seeing with this Barca team how dangerous Bayern would have been if Hansi Flick just stayed. If he did not take the Germany job, you would have seen Bayern probably win another Champions League. If he stayed at Bayern, if he didn't take the Germany job, you're seeing here that as much as I'm a Bayern fan, I'm not a Barcelona fan. I'm not a Barcelona supporter, but I'm a Hansi Flick supporter. What Barcelona has been doing this season has that low key to some extent validated the 2020 and 2021 Bayern teams People said, oh, that was just a COVID team, a COVID Champions League. Could they have done it over 2 legs? This is showing you guys, what people don't realize that this Barcelona team is, oh, they're so great. Oh, it's so amazing how many goals they score. This is literally a carbon copy of the Bayern team, the approach and everything. This is everything Hansi Flick is doing here is not new. Everything he's doing here is what he was doing at Bayern 4 or 5 years ago. So Barcelona, for me, the takeaway is if Lewandowski is going to be in goal scoring form like this, wrap up the Champions League. Wrap it up. They're going to win everything. They're going to win the treble. And as much as I'm not a Barcelona fan, bro, that will be a good day for me because that will mean Hansi Flick will have solidified himself as the greatest club manager of all time. No arguments about it. Oh, fuck, guys. I clicked on the wrong button. Why did it take me back here? That's just... And my computer's so slow. You guys, my computer's so slow. It's an 11-year-old laptop. Here we are. Champions League quarterfinals. It's so slow, guys. You see what I deal with? Bro, I do work and I would go to school with this computer. Let's talk about the last game. Inter Milan versus Bayern. I already made a video, like I said, posted probably before this video about why I think Bayern can come back against Inter, obviously from the Bayern perspective as a Bayern fan. But I'll talk more about Inter on this one. Now, I do think Bayern can come back in the second leg. I think in the Champions League specifically this season, no team has caused Inter Milan as much trouble as this Bayern team have done. Inter have lost the game in the Champions League this year to Leverkusen, but even in that Leverkusen game, Leverkusen did not cause as much trouble as Bayern did to that Inter backline and to that Inter midfield as Bayern did. So I do think Bayern can come back. It's all about putting away the chances. The biggest issue at Bayern this season has been the team has not been clinical enough. Bayern, if they show up and be clinical in the San Siro, I think they could get it done. Let's talk more about Inter. They're just such a well-coached team. And now, I do think, let's just go to the lineup. I do think that, hopefully my face isn't in the way. Listen, these players are great, right? Like Lautaro Martinez, Thuram, but for me, the best players in this team are obviously Bastoni, Pavard, Barella, and then Thuram and Sommer, Martinez. Çalhanoğlu and Mkhitaryan are older. Acerbi is older. I do think they kind of get carried by the youth around them. But the thing about this Inter team is, yes, the players are good. They're good, but by no means are these players world-class, in my opinion. The X factor for Inter Milan here, and I said it in my round of 16 predictions video, is this guy right here. Hopefully my face is in the way, but it's Simone Inzaghi, man. I think after Hansi Flick, he's the second best manager in the world. He has coached this team and drilled this defense so well. But you guys, it's not even, and I said in my previous video, it's not even the defense that's impressive to me, especially in this Bayern game. And when I'm watching the game, even as a Bayern fan, I can appreciate what Inter Milan was doing. It wasn't even the defending that was impressive to me, because on another day, if Bayern were more clinical, Bayern actually probably have 3 goals in this game. If Harry Kane doesn't miss that point-blank chance, it's a completely different game, by the way. But putting aside what Bayern did and whatever, from that perspective, it's not the defending I'm the most impressed about with this Inter team. It's the transition play. It's the transition from defending to all of a sudden on a counterattack, creating a chance for yourself against the momentum, against the run of play. In this Inter Milan team, just fantastic transitional play. And I thought the second goal Inter scored, it was a transition, but I really thought it was more the product of the Bayern backline, substitute Sacha Boey just absolutely bricking it in that moment, in that counterattack scenario for Inter Milan. I really think, yes, it was a good goal. It was a good transition by Inter. I really think Bayern just were trash in that moment. The first goal, though, the team goal they scored, that was an excellent goal, that first goal, man. That was just such a great goal to top it off by a great finish. This Inter Milan team, yes, people will talk about the defense. They'll talk about the 3-5-2. They'll talk about Simone Inzaghi and how they hit people on the counter. But the fluidity of the transition play that Inter Milan have, I don't think they're the best in it. They're the second best. They have the second best transitional play in the world. Who are they second to? Barcelona. Barcelona's transition play is the best. Yes, they're an attacking team. They're not as defensive, but Barcelona have showed you all season that they can fuck you from all different kinds of ways. Barcelona have beautiful transition play. I think they have the best transitional play. Inter Milan are second. Now, say Inter Milan get the job done in the San Siro, and I see a potential semi-final against Barcelona. I think Barcelona would be too much of them, but I think my takeaway from this game here, 2-1, is that the takeaway here is it has more to do with Bayern, because I genuinely believe, you guys, no team in the Champions League has caused Inter as much trouble this season as Bayern have. And you guys, this is a Bayern team riddled with injuries. Upamecano, Manuel Neuer, Jamal Musiala, Alexander Pavlovich, Kingsley Coman. All those injuries. These guys still went out there and created 5 big chances, 6, 7 good opportunities against them. But I think the takeaway here from this game is, if Bayern show up to the San Siro, because I guarantee you this, and I said in my previous year again, Bayern will go to the San Siro, and this team will create chances. The takeaway from this game is, if Bayern doesn't show up with their shooting boots on in the San Siro, this tie is 100% over. It's no odds are in Bayern's favor. If they don't go to the San Siro with their shooting boots on and they don't show up and be clinical with their chances. If Bayern show up at the San Siro and are clinical, this is still a 50-50 tie. Because I won't lie, Inter will score next week. Can this Bayern team score 2-3 goals in the San Siro? That's up to them. That's up to them, because this Bayern team will create chances. They will dominate probably 70 minutes, 65, 70 minutes of the game. They will create chances, and it'll be up to them to score. Because I'm sorry, Inter Milan at home, they probably will play a little more open and try to take the game to us a little more. So I expect there to be some more space for Bayern to operate, but I'm not too confident about that. These guys can go there and defend their asses off again and play transition. That's just what Inter do. So the key takeaway for me in this game is, if Bayern are clinical, the tie is theirs. If they're not, Inter Milan, enjoy your semifinal against Barcelona, and that'll be a great matchup anyway as well. So, you guys, those are my thoughts on all the quarterfinal first legs. My throat is so dry. Like, my throat is so dry. I don't know if you've heard of it. You heard it in this video, but I sound weird, bro. I just sound weird. What time is it? Yeah, it's like 9:12, but yeah. It's been your boy Hokage, man. It's kind of lame that all the quarterfinals are basically decided. Like, next week, I genuinely think a lot of people are going to have their eyes on that Bayern game, because all these ties are done. I'm sorry. Real Madrid will not come back. Aston Villa at home, can they do something? Probably not. PSG will take the game to them and score more. And Barcelona, they can rest players and still be dormant away from home. It is what it is. Cool. But the good thing is, we're going to have some juicy, I mean, at least guaranteed juicy semifinal matchups. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's been your boy Hokage. I'm going to go drink water because I sound weird. And yeah, like the video, subscribe. It's been your boy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.